Alright, good morning and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. We are here live with break 383. This is another 25 Elite combo break featuring a 25 Elite hobby case, a 25 Elite Priority Box, and a 25 Elite USA Box. Our team list for today: Broncos, Clinton Davies; Raiders, Matt Mitchell; Bulldogs, Brendan Church; Sharks, Adam Lucas; Dolphins, Jackson Cullen; Titans, Nicholas Verwey. So there's a name in, I was expecting another name in here. Let me just double check something, sorry. Mustn't have been this one. Oh no, it's the other way around. That's alright. Daniel was in this one. He went to the other one. It's the other way. Yep. Alright, so we are right. Alright, where did we get up to? Dolphins, Jackson Cullen; Titans, Nicholas Verwey; Manly, Nick Porter; Storm, Mark Patterson; Knights, Hayden Smith; Cowboys, Nicholas Verwey; Eels, Galen, Carlin; Panthers, Daryl, Barton; Rabbitohs, Nicholas Verwey; Dragons, Darin, McDermid; Roosters, Matt Price; Warriors, Scotty Murray; Tigers, Luke Dawson. Alright, let's change screens and get into it. Here we are. Bring the chat up and the team list. Got a few people joining. Once again, good morning, guys. That's our priority in USA. I'll save that for last. Let's find out who the case card is today. What's in the box? In the box. What's in the box today? Number 30, Zach Lomax for the Dragons. Alright. Don't know if it matters, but we'll keep it that way. Alright. Morning, mate. Always welcome to watch. Morning, Nick. Thank you. Same to you. And good luck in the break, mate. Marquee, Stephen Crichton for the Bulldogs. Big Tino, parallel for the Titans. New recruit, Stefano for the Storm. Ruby Mojo, Zach Lomax for the Eels. Number 30. Jacob Saifiti, parallel for the Knights. Marquee, Abby Church for the Eels. Dally M, Jerome Hughes for Storm. Jamie Humphries, parallel for the Rabbitohs. New recruit, Ben Hunt for the Broncos. New recruit, Adam Fanua Blake for the Sharks. White Young Guns, Thomas Duffy for the Cowboys, number 122. Dolphins, parallel checklist. In the reps, Jack Whiten. Emerald Mojo. Number 6, Jack Cogger for the Knights. Zach Lomax, parallel for the Eels. New recruit, Marky Mark for the Roosters. Pink Diamond, number 28, Saratoga Tukey for the Tigers. Reed Marnie, parallel for the Bulldogs. Marquee Ruben Cotter for the Cowboys. Vegas Dane Laurie for the Panthers. Ali parallel for the Warriors. New recruit Valentine Holmes for the Dragons. In the Masters Series for the Blues, Reece Walsh parallel for the Broncos. In the reps, Azali Faye. Kale Iro for the Sharks. Dally M. Keely Davis for the Roosters. Matthew Tomoko parallel for the Raiders. In the reps, Avania Polite. 4 packets left in our first box. And we have a Team Sig. Number 18 for the Broncos, Clinton Davies. I thought it was a smudge at first, but it's not. It's just the image coming through. Adam Dewey, parallel for the Tigers. New recruit, James Schiller for the Knights. In the Gillaroos, Tamika Upton in the Vegas. Lachlan Elias, parallel for Dragons. Patrick Carrigan in the reps. And that is box number 1. In the reps, Kira Dibb. Sapphire Mojo, Luke Brooks for Manly, number 14. James Tedesco, parallel for the Roosters. New recruit, Blaze Talagi for Panthers. New recruit, Marky Mark for the Roosters. Vegas, Julia Robinson in the Gillaroos. Bronson Sherry, parallel for the Bulldogs. A Ruby Mojo, Campbell Graham for the Rabbitohs, number 6. Harry Grant, parallel for Storm. Marquis Mitchell Moses for the Eels. Black Young Guns, 148 for the Dolphins. Clinton Gufferson, parallel for the Dragons. New recruit, Asaya Yongi for the Eels. In the Blues Masters Series, AJ Brimson, parallel for Titans. Whoop, wrong end. In the reps, Jesse Arthurs. Isaiah Yeo, Vegas for Panthers. Sebastian Chris, parallel for the Raiders. In the reps, Payne Huss. Ruby Mojo, Number 7, Bulldogs checklist. Sharks parallel checklist. New recruit Valentine Holmes for the Dragons. Dally M. Olivia Koenig for the Roosters. Payne Haas parallel for the Broncos. New recruit Maddie Nicholson for the Raiders. Parallel Dylan Edwards for Panthers. Marquee Hammer for Dolphins. In the reps, Isaiah Yeo. 4 packets left for box number 2. Marquee Roger Tuivasa-Sheck for the Warriors. James Fisher-Harris parallel for the Warriors. Dally M. Alifiana Khan Piera for Titans. Ruben Garrick parallel for Manly. New recruit Regan Campbell-Gillard for the Titans. Last packet for the box. White Young Guns, number 119, Max Platt for the Dolphins. Jackson Purdue, parallel for Cowboys. Quincy Dodd in the reps. Marquee Clinton Gufferson for the Dragons. Blake Brayley parallel for the Sharks. New recruit Ethan Sanders for the Raiders. Vegas Liam Martin for Panthers. Liam Martin parallel for Panthers. Jamie Chapman in the reps. New recruit Clint Gufferson for the Dragons. Marquee Bradman best for the Knights. Vegas Matthew Tomoko for the Raiders. Corey Horsburgh parallel for the Raiders. New recruit Jamie Humphries for the Rabbitohs. In the Blues Masters Series, Gerald Skelton parallel for the Tigers. Harry Grant in the reps. Parallel James Schiller for the Knights. New recruit Zach Lomax for the Eels. Black Young Guns, number 98, Jacob Laban for the Warriors. Regan Campbell Gillard, parallel for the Titans. New recruit Carter Gordon for the Titans. Golden Age, number 45 for the Rabbitohs. Murray Talagi, parallel for the Cowboys. Marquee Dally Cherry Evans for Manly. Dally M James Tedesco for Roosters. Dominic Young parallel for Roosters. New recruit Asaya Papali'i for the Panthers. Ruby Mojo. Blake Brayley for the Sharks, number 5. Manly parallel checklist. White Young Guns, Jack Howard for Storm, number 75. Paps, parallel for Storm. Harley Brigginshaw in the reps for Gillaroos. Sapphire Mojo Bronson Sherry for the Bulldogs, number 11. Foul Holmes parallel for the Dragons. Last packet for box number 3. Dally M, Yasmin Clydesdale for the Knights. Corey Pay parallel for Broncos. It's a Facebook group only giveaway, and it'll be a like and comment. Other than that, you'll have to wait till tomorrow. Cold Marquee RTS for the Warriors, number 30. Matt Burton, parallel for the Bulldogs. New recruit Daniel Saifiti for the Dolphins. Not only that, we also have the member giveaway in the Facebook group, which is only a couple of members away. So lots going on in the Facebook group if you're not in it already. Number 52, Marky Mark for the Roosters. Wade Egan, parallel for the Warriors. Marquee, Galen Ponga for the Knights. New recruit Zach Lomax for the Eels. Vegas, Paul Alamotti for Panthers. Titans, parallel checklist. In the reps, Lindsay Collins. Vegas, Xavier Savage for Raiders, Broncos, parallel checklist. New recruit for Manly. In the Masters Series, Adam Fanua Blake, parallel for the Sharks. Xavier Coates in the reps. Parallel Brian To'o for Panthers. Sapphire Mojo Jack Cogger for the Knights, number 1. Jack Cogger, parallel for the Knights. In the reps, Shanice Parker. New recruit, Saitili Tupanua for the Bulldogs. Ruby Mojo, Jesse Arthurs for the Broncos, number 52. Cody Walker, parallel for the Rabbitohs. Marquis Tegan Berry for the Dragons. New recruit, Jamie Humphreys for the Rabbitohs. Dally M, Abby Church for the Eels. Terrell May, parallel for the Tigers. Dally M, Zach Lomax for the Dragons. Herbie Farmworth, parallel for the Dolphins. New recruit, John Bateman for the Cowboys. White Young Guns, Charlie Geimer for the Eels, number 198. Addo Carr, parallel for the Eels. In the reps, Millie Elliott for the Gillaroos. Marquee, Nico Hines for the Sharks. Big Papa, parallel for the Raiders. And that's the end of another box. New recruit, Ethan Sanders for the Raiders. Dally M, Tiana Penatani for the Sharks. Jermaine Isako, parallel for Dolphins. In the reps, Taryn Aiken for Gillaroos. Marquee, Reese Walsh for Broncos. G'day, Peter. Junior Paulo, parallel for the Eels. I was out for Super Saturday Oz Tag yesterday, Peter. Under sixes, oh no, they're playing under sevens, and the under 9 girls are playing under 10s. White Young Guns for the Sharks, 109. Both teams won one and lost one yesterday, and considering they're both playing up, I was quite proud of my girls. It was a good day. Lindsay Smith, parallel for the Panthers. In the reps, Bree Chester. Yeah, it's funny, when I actually booked this break in, I didn't realise what the date was until afterwards. Lehe Hopawate, parallel for Manly. New recruit, Gamat Shabarsky for the Broncos. New recruit, Carter Gordon for the Titans. G'day, Brendan. Ruby Mojo, Dally Cherry Evans for Manly, number 43. Parallel, Reese Robson for the Cowboys. Marquee, Isabel Kelly for the Roosters. A golden marquee, David Fafita for Titans, number 13. Connor Watson, parallel for the Roosters. Asaya Papalihi for the Panthers. In the Masters Series for the Blues, Cameron Munster, parallel for Storm. Zach Lomax in the reps. Vegas, Taron Aiken for the Gillaroos. Damien Cook, parallel for the Dragons. Vegas, Chance Nico Klokstad for the Warriors. Connor Tracy, parallel for the Bulldogs. Nice. In the reps, as a hammer, White League Sensations, number 71, Jerome Hughes for Storm. Warriors parallel checklist. New recruit Clinton Gufferson for the Dragons. New recruit Chad Townsend for the Roosters. Pink Diamond, Lily Ann White for the Knights, number 39. Patrick Carrigan, parallel for the Broncos. Marquee, Jack Whiten for the Rabbitohs. Last packet for box number 5. Daly Angus Crichton for the Roosters. And Nicho Hynes parallel for the Sharks. Box number 6, let's go. Marquee, Apasai Coruscant for Tigers. Isaiah Katoa, parallel for the Dolphins. Parallel, Nathan Cleary for Panthers. New recruit, Jerome Luai for Tigers. White League Sensations, number 47, Jack Whiten for the Rabbitohs. Tommy Turbo, parallel for Manly. Marquee, Tiana Penatani for the Sharks. New recruit, Saitili Tupanua for the Bulldogs. Dali M. Zahara Tamara for the Raiders. Rabbitohs parallel checklist. Gold Marquee, Adam Fanua Blake for the Sharks, number 43. Cowboys parallel checklist. New recruit, James Fisher Harris for the Warriors. Masters Series in the Knights. Parallel Spencer Lanu for the Roosters. In the reps, Angus Crichton for the Roosters. Ruby Mojo, Victor Radley for the Roosters, number 4. Will Warbrick parallel for the Storm. Kalen Ponga in the reps. Vegas, Nicho Hynes for the Sharks. Jermaine Hopgood parallel for the Eels. Zali Faye, pink diamond for the Eels, number 56. Jacob Preston, parallel for the Bulldogs. New recruit Daniel Saifiti for the Dolphins. Vegas, Aaron Clark for the Warriors. Chance Nicole Klokstad, parallel for the Warriors. New recruit John Bateman for the Cowboys. Marquee Cameron Munster for the Storm. Dally M Brian To'o for Panthers. Ben Hunt parallel for the Broncos. New recruit for Manly. Third last packet for box number 6. White Young Guns, Bailey Haywood for the Bulldogs, number 32. Ronaldo Mulatalo, parallel for the Sharks. Julia Robinson in the reps. Lauren Brown in the reps. Alright, box number 6 done and dusted. Dally M, Adam Fanua, Blake for the Warriors. Marcelo Montoya, parallel for the Bulldogs. New recruit Kuli Kefu for Dolphins. White Young Guns, Kai Pierce Paul for the Knights, number 120. Luke Metcalf, parallel for the Warriors. Cameron Murray in the reps. New recruit Marcelo Montoya for the Bulldogs. And our black diamond for today, number 5. Well, for the hobby case, who knows? Scott Drinkwater for the Cowboys. Never know what the USA and the priority might hold for us today. Jesse Arthurs, parallel for the Broncos. New recruit Jazz Tavega for Manly. Golden Marquee, Ryan Pappenhausen for the Storm, number 66. Cameron McInnes, parallel for the Sharks. Vegas, Ethan Strange for the Raiders. Jai Arrow, parallel for the Rabbitohs. Marquee, David Fafita for the Titans. Vegas, Adam Fanua, Blake for the Sharks. And a Panthers parallel checklist. Parallel Ruben Cotter for the Cowboys. New recruit Sanua Taruva for Tigers. Knights in the Masters Series. Jake Trbojevic, parallel for Manly. Dane Gagai in the reps. In the reps, Shannon Mato. Ruby Mojo. Dream Buller for the Tigers, number 25. Tom Gilbert, parallel for the Dolphins. New recruit Lewis Dodd for Rabbitohs. Dally M. Julia Robinson for the Broncos. Tigers parallel checklist. In the reps, Samima Torfa for the Jillaroos. Morning, Alex. Thank you, mate. Marquee, Nathan Cleary for Panthers. Kalen Ponga, parallel for the Knights. New recruit Carl Lawton for Cowboys. Black League sensations. We started the break off with him, and now here he is again. Zach Lomax, this time for the Eels, number 10. Ryan Madison, parallel for the Eels. Marquee, Samima Torfa for the Raiders. And that's the end of box number 7. Marquee, Kira Dibb for the Cowboys. Parallel, Thomas Duffy for the Cowboys. New recruit, James Fisher-Harris for the Warriors. Vegas, Wade Egan for the Warriors. Bradman Best parallel for the Knights. Marquee, Ryan Pappenhausen for the Storm. And our spotlight patch, number 86, Jaden Brayley for the Knights. Campbell Graham parallel for the Rabbitohs. New recruit Ben Hunt for the Broncos. New recruit Jerome Luai for the Tigers. It's a happy Zach Day. Casey Array, Dally M for the Dragons. Jason Saab, parallel for Manly. Great year 86 was. No, 87's better. Kangaroos in the Masters Series. Dolphins parallel the Hammer. In the reps, Yasmin Clydesdale. Ben Hunt in the reps. Oh, I wasn't born though. Jack Williams, parallel for the Eels. Pink Diamond, Keely Joseph for the Broncos, number 33. Jack Howarth, parallel for the Storm. New recruit, Adam Fanua Blake for the Sharks. Golden Age, number 5 for the Sharks. Christian parallel for the Dragons. Vegas, Jesse Aramian for the Sharks. Victor Bradley parallel for the Roosters. Marquee, Jerome Luai for the Tigers. JC in the reps. Dally M, Nico Hines for the Sharks. JC again in the parallel for Titans. New recruit Stefano for the Storm. White Young Guns, Jacob Laban for Warriors, number 42. Raiders, parallel checklist. In the reps, Kennedy Sherrington. 2 packets left for box number 8. Emerald Mojo, Jesse Ramian for the Sharks, number 2. Lachlan Galvin, parallel for the Tigers. New recruit James Schiller for the Knights. Get set up for the next one. Box number 9. New recruit Shabarsky for the Broncos. Parallel Jeremy Marshall King for the Dolphins. Marquee Angus Crichton for the Roosters. New recruit Aaron Clark for the Warriors. Vegas Chanel Harris Tavita for the Warriors. Angus Crichton, parallel for Roosters. Olivia Koenig in the reps. Golden Age 2006, number 21 for the Broncos. Dylan Brown, parallel for the Eels. In the Kangaroos for the Masters Series, Stephen Crichton, parallel for the Bulldogs. In the reps, Daly Cherry Evans. Vegas, Isabel Kelly for the Gillaroos. Mitchell Barnett, parallel for the Warriors. New recruit, Chad Townsend for the Roosters. And my first for 2025 Elite. I finally managed to get one for the Raiders. Congratulations, Matt Mitchell, golden ticket. Happy Father's Day to you. Sapphire Mojo, Herbie Farmworth for the Dolphins. Number 11. Joseph Atapane, parallel for the Raiders. Ruby Mojo, Bradman Best for the Knights, number 19. Mawaiki Fotuaika, parallel for Titans. New recruit Lazarus for Storm. Dally M, Lauren Brown for Titans. Jacob Little, parallel for the Dragons. Hines banned for one game. There we go. In the reps, Keezy Apps for Gillaroos. Marquis Latrell Mitchell for the Rabbitohs. Dally M, Joseph Tarpanay for the Raiders. Jerome Luai, parallel for the Tigers. New recruit Matt Arthur for the Knights. White Young Guns, Liam Henry for the Panthers. Number 116. Knights parallel checklist. In the reps, Connor Watson. Marquis Ali Briganshaw for the Broncos. Eliza Katoa, parallel for the Storm. New recruit Hohepa for the Sharks. Pink Diamond, Brooke Anderson for the Sharks. Number 9. And Dry Grey parallel for the Rabbitohs. Last box of the case, box number 10. In the Gillaroos, Isabel Kelly for the Reps. Parallel, Xavier Savage for the Raiders. New recruit, Lewis Dodd for the Rabbitohs. Sapphire Mojo Roosters checklist, number 15. Dream Buller parallel for the Tigers. Dally M Tiana Penatani for the Sharks. Isaac Tago parallel for Panthers. Marquee Herbie Farnworth for the Dolphins. Golden Marquee Isabel Kelly for the Roosters, number 65. Leo Thompson parallel for the Knights. New recruit Maddie Nicholson for the Raiders. New recruit Marcelo Montoya for the Bulldogs. In the Kangaroos for the Masters Series, Tyrone Munro parallel for the Rabbitohs. In the Reps, Romy Teetsel. Black Young Guns, number 7. Lehe Hopawate for Manly. Max Plath parallel for Dolphins. Vegas Jamal Fogarty for the Raiders. Something we're always looking for. Tommy Dearden parallel for the Cowboys. The only thing I can suggest is keep it in your wish list. You never know what might come through the door. Josh Kerr in the reps. New recruit Regan Campbell-Gillard for the Titans. Ruby Mojo RCG for the Titans, number 47. Roosters parallel checklist. New recruit Blaze Talagi for Panthers. Vegas Cameron McInnes for the Sharks. Xavier Coates parallel for the Storm. Marquee Dylan Witeen Zalesniak for the Warriors. In the reps, Mitchell Moses. Marquee Jamie Chapman for the Titans. Amoli Olaka-Atu parallel for Manly. 3 packets left, box number 10. Dally M, Tommy Dearden for the Cowboys. Tyrell Sloan parallel for the Dragons. No, mate. Out of my price range. New recruit Asaya Iongi for the Eels. White Young Guns Jamie Humphries for the Rabbitohs, number 112. David Fafita parallel for Titans. Alright, that's the case done and dusted. Let's get into our USA. Second last box of the break. In the reps, Millie Elliott, Jillaroos, Stars and Stripes, Asaya Iongi for the Eels, number 16. Jerome Luai parallel for the Tigers. New recruit Lewis Dodd for the Rabbitohs. Sapphire Mojo Corey Pay for the Broncos, number 3. Knights parallel checklist. Stars and Stripes, Galen Ponga for the Knights, number 16. New recruit, Regan Campbell-Gillard for the Titans. Vegas, Matthew Tomoko for the Raiders. Angus Crichton, parallel for the Roosters. Marquee, Joseph Tarpanay for the Raiders. Golden Marquee, Valami Kickout for the Bulldogs, number 28. Dry Grey, parallel for the Rabbitohs. New recruit, Marcelo Montoya for the Bulldogs. Masters Series in the Knights. Jeremy Marshall King, parallel for the Dolphins. In the reps, Xavier Coates. Black Young Guns, number 95. Blaze Talagi for Panthers. Dylan Brown, parallel for the Eels. Marquee, Isabel Kelly for the Roosters. Dally M. Brian To'o for Panthers. Jacob Little, parallel for the Dragons. New recruit, Asai Yongi for the Eels. White Young Guns, Atane for the Warriors. Number 68. Joseph Tarpanay, parallel for the Raiders. In the reps, Shanice Parker. Ruby Mojo, the Hammer for Dolphins, number 7. Parallel, Eliza Katoa for Storm. No, it'd be nice. Super Boot, Ruben Garrick for Manly, number 50. New recruit, Blaze Talagi for Panthers. Vegas, Nico Hines for the Sharks. Milwaukee, Fotoaka, parallel for Titans. 4 packets left for the USA box. New recruit, Matty Nicholson for the Raiders. Dally M. Zahara Temera for the Raiders. Jake Trbojevic, parallel for Manly. In the reps, Lindsay Collins. Alright, last packet for the box. Marquee Big Tino for the Titans. Ruben Cotter, parallel for the Cowboys. Let's move these along. And last box of the break. Our priority box. Vegas, Blake Brayley for Sharks. Corey Horsburgh, parallel for the Raiders. JC in the reps. White League sensation, number 95, Jerome Luai for the Tigers. Gerald Skelton, parallel for the Tigers. New recruit Lewis Dodd for the Rabbitohs. Ruby Mojo Marcelo Montoya for the Bulldogs, number 23. James Schiller, parallel for the Knights. Marquee Angus Crichton for the Roosters, number 20. Dally M. Samaima Torfa for the Raiders. Rabbitohs, parallel checklist. New recruit Marcelo Montoya for the Bulldogs. White Young Gun Priority, number 2, Jacob Laban for the Warriors. Isaiah Katoa, parallel for the Dolphins. Kennedy Sherrington in the reps. Parallel, Jermaine Hopgood for the Eels. New recruit Carlin for the Cowboys. Sapphire Mojo, Tommy Turbo for Manly, number 26. Jacob Preston, parallel for the Bulldogs. In the marquee, Zach Lomax for the Eels, number 40. Golden marquee, Tegan Berry for the Dragons, number 79. Chance Nicole Klokstad, parallel for the Warriors. New recruit Cooley Kefu for the Dolphins. In the Blues Masters Series, Ben Hunt, parallel for the Broncos. In the reps, Ben Hunt. Vegas, Dane Laurie for Panthers. Renato Molitalo, parallel for the Sharks. New recruit, Blaze Talagi for Panthers. Dally M, Eliza Katoa for Storm. Valentine Holmes, parallel for the Dragons. 3 packets left. Yasmin Clydesdale in the reps. In the priority marquee, number 12, Samaima Torfa for the Raiders. And here I was thinking that the Raiders, in my head, have only had one hit. How lucky they were. That is their second one. Regan Campbell-Gillard, parallel for the Titans. Alright, last packet for the break. New recruit Asaya Iongi for the Eels. Well, thank you to everyone for joining us on our Father's Day break. Wasn't intended to be one, but we managed to do one. So thank you for joining us. Before we go, we have our Gillaroos cards and our Master Series cards. We'll randomize that between all 17 spots as 2 different goes. So let's flick over our screen. We'll get our team list. Number 1, there we go. Alright, this is for the Gillaroos. Big congrats to Matt Mitchell on that golden ticket. Glad I was able to open that. Number 2, and lucky last, number 3. Matt Price with the Roosters for the Gillaroos. And let's refresh and start again. This is for the Master Series cards. Number 1, Number 2, and lucky last, number 3, Brendan Church with the Bulldogs. Alright guys, before I go, just a reminder, we do have another Super Break listed. Plenty of spots available, plus we have 4 pick your team case breaks up, like the one we just did, with quite a few teams available, and a spot raz for the Cowboys in 384.
No, Jared, pictures will go up tomorrow because of Father's Day.
Alright, yeah, no worries. Alright, so yeah, pictures will go up tomorrow, guys. I should be able to get them done before we go live at the Super Break. If not, it will be after that. Alright, well, that's it. That's all. I hope you had a ball, and I'll see you again soon. Just a quick one. Don't forget to look for the new